Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Up Close on METV. I'm Charles Clapsaddle, station manager for Manatee Educational Television. And on this special edition, we're very pleased to have with us two people who make a significant difference in our community. Diana Dill, the executive director of Take Stock in Children, and Elaine Graham, one of the mentors for Take Stock in Children. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to have both of you here and to talk about what I think is one of the most vital programs in this community, Take Stock in Children. Elaine and Diana, you've been involved with Take Stock for a number of years. Diana, how long have you been with Take Stock?
Yes, Charles. I've been with Take Stock in Children for almost 10 years now, and the program has just made amazing strides, and it really has been a blessing to be a part of this community, and the growth is from folks like Elaine, who are mentors for us.
And Elaine, you've been a mentor for a number of years, right?
I think I'm winding up or in the middle of my 7th year.
That's amazing.
Having my 3rd student that I'm mentoring.
Now, for those people around the community who are involved with Take Stock, they know what it does, and they know, the significance of what the program is. But for the audience out there, Diana, give us kind of an overview of what Take Stock does and how it affects young people in our community.
Certainly. Well, Take Stock in Children is a powerful and proven college scholarship and mentor program. Beginning as early as the 6th grade, we select students who would like to attend college but need the financial assistance to attend school. With that, we go through an application process, and we select those students that are most deserving, and with that, once they're selected, they sign a contract with us that states they'll remain drug-free and crime-free, they'll maintain good grades and behavior, and they'll meet with a volunteer mentor every week during the school year, during the school day, and on the school campus. And as long as the student maintains the agreement with us, then we award them a 4-year college scholarship when they graduate high school.
I mean, it's absolutely significant, and it means so much to the young people in this community who want to go on to college. How long has Take Stock been around? I mean, it's a Florida-based operation, correct?
Absolutely. It began in 1995 up in Pinellas County, and it began with Dr. Don Pemberton, who was a guidance counselor at the time, and he felt so strongly that you could change a child's behavior in school by guaranteeing a college education. Well, the program was so successful the very first year that they went ahead and took it to the legislators and asked them, would you please support this program so that it's in all school districts throughout the entire state of Florida.
So all 67 districts throughout the state have a Take Stock program.
Yes, they do.
That's fantastic. That really is. Here in Manatee County, though, the growth and the success of Take Stock has been phenomenal. And under your leadership and under your vision, it's really flourished. And we'd like to hear a little bit about the extent of the number of students that you serve. This year, for example, how many students are Take Stock scholars? Can we say scholars, Take Stock?
Definitely.
Scholars?
That's what they are.
Just don't say that quickly 3 times.
Right.
So how many students are you serving presently, Diane?
Well, right now we have about 120 students that are in middle school and high school, because we serve them from the time they come into the program as early as 6th grade through high school. And then we have about 250 students that are in college right now, that
have gone through the program and are utilizing the scholarship opportunities going on to greater and higher education.
Yes.
I mean, what a success rate that is. It's phenomenal. We want to talk about that. But one of the key things, and I want to spend a moment with Elaine, if I may, one of the key things that makes Take Stock so important, so vital, and so successful is the mentoring. And part of the agreement, as Diana said, is that you spend a certain amount of time with a student throughout the school year. Tell us about that, Elaine, and what's the extent of the mentoring service that you provide?
I go into the school once a week and spend approximately 30 minutes. Sometimes it's a little more than that, but generally 30 minutes meeting with my student. And I talk, we're kind of that guide on the side. We're that other eye looking over the student's shoulder. And sometimes we praise. In fact, a lot of times we praise. And then sometimes we have to prod. Getting them in middle school, we are getting them in that very impressionable, formative time. So we can really make some good course direction for those students. And then by the time they're in high school and they're approaching junior and senior year, then we're working with the college application process and getting them, ready for that and so forth. The mentoring is really important, and it takes a person who can listen, but it also takes a person who can bring his or her life experiences to that student, because we're dealing with students who may be the first in their family to graduate high school, certainly college or that opportunity. So we have life experiences that we can share with those students and kind of prepare and nurture and guide them toward that successful end.
And I think being a mentor to to a lot of young people, especially starting in the 6th grade and even beyond, and it's so vital to have someone that they can trust and they can depend upon, and who can really provide them some insight in why they should succeed, not only at school, in the school that they're in, but beyond. And how important is that?
One of the things with mentoring, the first time you meet your student, why someone from Take Stock in Children will be there, because you're beginning a dance, and sometimes the dance is smooth, and sometimes it gets
you step a little. On their feet?
Yes, you step on their feet, and you maybe get out of rhythm a little bit, but then after that initial experience, if the match really works, and we try to make sure that that's going to happen, then it becomes really the building block of a long-term relationship.
And I think that's really important. We want to hear a little bit more about, what it takes to be a mentor and how people can become mentors. We're very proud here at METV that one of our staff members, Richard Brooks, has been a mentor with Take Stock now for a couple of years moving on, and enjoys it so much. And it's very rewarding for him to be part of that process with his student as well. But Take Stock, I think, one of the critical things is that you start out at a very early age. And people can apply for Take Stock scholarships as early as the 6th grade. I mean, that's really looking, in 6th grade, people aren't really thinking about college. Why was it important for you, Diana, to look at that as starting in the 6th grade?
Well, it's an educational opportunity, and when you change a child's perspective on whether or not they could go to college, or college really isn't even available to them, when you change that viewpoint, and all of a sudden that they have to get ready for college, because when the contract is signed, we let them know we have the scholarship in inventory. It's there, it has your name on it, and so all of a sudden there's a whole new meaning to school for them. And so they're there, they're preparing for college. We see improved grades, we see improved attendance. We don't have discipline issues with our children because they are so focused on getting ready for their dreams. All of a sudden, you make that dream possible.
It seems obtainable. You're making that a pathway for their future success.
Absolutely, and our mentors are really the reason for our success, because for so many of our students, a scholarship is one portion of it. Right, it's one part of the program. But the idea of having a mentor, someone that is coming into your life on a regular basis, and unfortunately for some of our children, they are the only constant person that is coming into their life. There's a lot of change and things happening at home, and And so for that, our mentors really make an impact. And we ask mentors, we go through a mentor application. So all volunteers who would like to participate with us could fill out an application, and then we have the fingerprinting, background check, all of that done at the Manatee County School District. And then we have college success coaches that work with the students and the mentors, and they match, as Elaine shared, with them at school so that we can coordinate the mentoring sessions and all of that and guide them through that. Take Stock in Children also has a mentor toolkit, which is about 100 different activities that are directed for either a middle school student or a high school student. And even if you just took out one page with every visit, you would have conversation topic, something to discuss about college readiness and then college entrance as well.
And it kind of creates that bond between the mentor and the mentee as well, that kind of consistent progress that you make together as a mentor. And I've got to think it's got to be such a rewarding experience, Elaine, to actually sit down with that student, to see them mature, to see them expand their horizons. It's got to be very rewarding.
It really is. And you can see the evolution of the growth, the thinking process that the students go through. When you start with them in middle school, I worked in middle school for years and years, and sometimes we would say, sometimes they didn't know whether they were, fish or fowl at that point. And so to be able to see them grow through high school and begin to see the possibilities that are out there for them.
Got to be exciting.
And then to see them graduate, and I have one who has graduated from college, and so that's a whole nother set of opportunities and possibilities that she's beginning to experience.
Well, let me ask you this, briefly. I would think that there's a great opportunity to become a mentor within Take Stock in Children. What are some of the criteria? Do you have to have a background in education, or what are some of those criteria that you would like to see for people who would like to become a mentor?
Any volunteer that really has a caring heart for a student and would like to help them succeed can become a mentor. So we have mentors from all walks of life. It really is a wonderful experience. We have some that are as young as 22, and I think our oldest mentor was 88 years old.
Wow.
So we definitely have had mentors all walks of life. We always match male to male and female to female. Excellent. And so with our guidance and direction and just a caring heart, if they'll have that consistent visit with the student, they can make a difference.
And having had the opportunity to see some of your Take Stock graduations and award ceremonies, there is a bond between the mentor and the student. They not only is it deeply appreciated, but there's a genuine, caring connection between the mentor and the mentee. And I think that's a remarkable thing. And thanks to the programs and services that you have, that bond continues even after they graduate out of the program. Have you found that to be true, Elaine?
Definitely. I have I've been in Southeast for all three of my students, and I guess I want to give a plug to Southeast because they are so warm, inviting, and you build a comfort level. And a student that I had at Southeast, she is at USF Sarasota Manatee, and she was a little reluctant. She thought she wanted to go to USF Tampa, get out of Dodge, so to speak, and the big college experience. And she was offered an opportunity at Sarasota that really she could not turn down. And we meet for coffee probably every couple of months now, continue that relationship. And I don't know how many times she has said, "Oh, that was such a good decision for me to go to Sarasota." And the conversations we had, she said, I just feel like that just gelled my thinking and so forth. And she said it was a good decision for me to do that.
And that's going to make you feel great to see that your input and your involvement in her life made a difference.
Right, but to see her process the opportunities and to make that decision and then to feel so good about that decision as you look in the rearview mirror, it makes it all
Very rewarding.
Definitely.
Well, one of the things that I'd like for you, Diana, to talk about is a really successful program under your leadership that you've launched is Keeping the Promise. And you began that program in 2012, and now you've got launching the 100-Student Promise. And it sounds very unique. Tell us about that and why that is so important to Take Stock.
Yes, well, Take Stock in Children originated here in Manatee County in 1996 is when we started, and we were under the umbrella of the Manatee Education Foundation at that time. Then after about 10 years, we became a program of the Manatee County School District. So it's sort of an evolution of who we were and then where we are now. So in 2012, we decided as an organization to become our own nonprofit organization.
501c3?
Exactly, a 501c3, so that we could raise more funds and serve more children. And so with that, under the leadership of Elaine, she was our first chairperson for Take Stock in Children in 2012. We started the incorporation process and all of the governance documents that we needed in order to host Take Stock in Children. And what was wonderful about that, Charles, is our group of volunteers that came together for that, they had been our leadership council and our board of directors. And the reason why they came together for this is because they wanted to make sure that we could keep the promise. We want to keep the promise of scholarships, mentors, and hope for the children of Manatee County forever.
And it's sustainable. And you wanted to create that kind of sustainable base that not only this year or 5 years from now, but into the future, you can continue to provide that educational opportunities for young people.
Exactly.
It's excellent. And I also think, one of the things that this community should know about is the recognition of your success. And here, on this thing, these two outstanding things, your excellent awards. Tell us about this one first.
Yes, the Excellence Award is the gold level standard for the program management. Take Stock in Children, because it is a statewide program, there's a lot of compliance. And so with that, we have a central database which we monitor all of the students' grades, behavior, attendance, performance, the mentor sessions, all of that data is put into a database on a regular basis. And so with that, if a student even were to move out of Manatee County and say move over to Daytona Beach, they would be served by the Take Stock in Children program over there.
Because you're following their progress throughout whatever year that they're in school, whether it's the first year or third year, however they've been involved with the program, you have this matrix that can transfer if that student moves.
Absolutely, and that's what's important because it's always focused on the student's success. And so with that, Take Stock in Children, we have a lot of pride here in Manatee County, and so we have received this award actually a couple of times since I've been here, and but it's always wonderful to be recognized because we do have such a high standard of service that we'd like to serve with our mentors, with our students, but that also matriculates into the success of the program.
Exactly.
We have a 96% success graduation rate.
That's amazing. It really is an amazing success
It really is. I mean, this program works, and there's no reason why we can't make it grow. And so that's what's so important. So with that, that was recognition for our program management. And
this beautiful thing over here, this is the Take Stock in Children President's Award for Exceptional Partnership and Leadership. Tell us about this. And this was just recent, is that correct?
Yes, we just received this in September in Tampa at a conference, and I'm honored to receive that on behalf of our board of directors and our community council, because we received this because of our independence, for going through the process of becoming a 501c3, for our vision for our children, for the growth that we want, for keeping the promise. And we're excited because we believe that Manatee County will continue to invest in our children and make a difference. So that's where we move into the 100-Student Promise. Our board is passionate about this program. It works. It works for everyone. It works for all demographics in our program. And so we want to serve more children. Charles, we receive about 300 applications a year. Applications from children that say, I want to be in this program.
How can I do it? How can I get into it?
Right, help. They want help. They want hope. You know, they want to know that they can go to college. And the only limiting factor that we have is the scholarship dollars. And so we have made a commitment as a board of directors that we would raise the funds to purchase scholarships and support 100 children a year, 100 students.
I mean, that's such a dedicated purpose to be able to do that. And throughout this community, you know, Manatee County is a very generous and giving community. I'm sure that you found that there's, you know, sponsors and donors that really want to support you, but there's almost the opportunity for other organizations or individuals to help with Take Stock in Children. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We would be willing to partner or collaborate with anyone serving a particular population. Right now, we serve all 10 middle schools, all 6 high schools, and charter schools.
And charter schools.
And charter schools. They are public schools. And so wherever the student attend school, then we will serve them with the mentor and the scholarship. And so there is an opportunity for partnerships. If a business wanted to sponsor specific students, maybe they're employee students if they qualified.
At a specific school, for example?
At a specific school. If they wanted to pick a high school and say, we'd like to sponsor so many students at this school.
Excellent.
If, you know, there's really a whole variety of ways.
So if you're a business, large or small, or an organization, I would say perhaps, you know, like a service organization, like a Rotary or Kiwanis, that's out there that want to participate or partner with Take Stock. There's opportunities to do that. And it can be a short-term or a long-term commitment.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that we really want the community to know as well is that all of our scholarship dollars are matched dollar for dollar by the Florida Prepaid College Foundation. So if we send in $10,000, we get $20,000 back for the children here in Manatee County.
That's phenomenal.
It's a great
investment.
investment.
That's phenomenal. So you're not only investing, you're doubling your money for the education benefit of the students that you serve. Now we're kind of winding down a little bit, and there's a lot of ground I want to cover yet. But one of the most important things, and you know, you've mentioned it, and you know, Diane, you've been a visionary leader under Take Stock in Children. Where do you see Take Stock going in the future? How would you like to see it? What are the challenges ahead, and how do you see your new initiatives, perhaps?
Certainly. Well, Charles, one of the things that we realized is really full circle with our graduates, with our college students. So we've expanded our services. We have college success coaches in middle school and high school.
That's very significant.
Now we have a college success coach for our college students because these students haven't been to college, their families haven't been to college, and we realize they still need advocacy, they still need guidance. We have a 94% matriculation into college and then from year to year. So we're making sure these children graduate from college now too. Now with that, we're looking for partnerships. We want to partner with our community so that our children have internship opportunities.
Excellent
Back in
idea.
Manatee County. We want to be involved with the Chamber of Commerce. We want to be involved so these children become the new leaders of Manatee County. They come back home, they become involved.
And one of the things I would suggest to you, to both of you, and since you're starting at the 6th grade level, you're developing the leaders of the future. You're setting the baseline for people to not only succeed, to prosper, and to give back to their community. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity. It kind of comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does. And may I just add, I want to share a story with you. When we had the Giving Challenge opportunity, it was our first chance for us to participate as a 501c3. And so we were so excited, and every donor was a new donor for Take Stock in Children, and we were all excited about that. But one of the stories that really touched my heart was that we had 2 of Elaine's students donate in her honor. And one of the...
Oh, that had to make you
isn't that beautiful?
Totally unexpected.
What a great honor
really,
on your behalf.
But it speaks to the level of appreciation and gratitude that these students have for this program and the opportunity the program affords. Manatee County has always been a caring and giving community. I mean, I've been here for a lot longer than I even want to say, and worked in the school system and saw the giving that this community does. So what we're asking and focusing on is there are more opportunities to give, and I realize everyone has lots of opportunities. But this stays right here.
Right.
This is nurturing our own homegrown students, giving students who might never think that this was achievable the opportunity to do that. And we want these students educated. We want them in careers and jobs, so they take care of us, down the road and so forth. And I just feel so strongly that this program, whether you are mentoring, whether you're donating, however you may decide to work with us.
And I would say to you, you want these children to succeed. You're helping them to succeed, not only through the monetary benefits of providing scholarships, but with the in-depth mentoring opportunities that people like Elaine provide to the students. It's that combination of all of these elements which make for a successful career, a successful life. And hats off to all of you. And one of the things that I want you to take a few minutes for is that Take Stock in Children is developing a new program to be seen here on METV, and you will be the host of that program for future things, talking with mentors and mentees, donors and sponsors. It's a very exciting possibility to do this, and we very much look forward to helping you create this series of programs. Tell us why you wanted to do this, first of all. Elaine, we'll start with you.
Well, I think one of the things that we want to do is to spread the word. We think we get the word out, and yet we run into people, of course, all the time.
So you've never heard of it?
Never heard of Take Stock in Children, which I find just absolutely amazing. But so I think it's to put our program out there so that people understand the scope of the program, the success of the program. We are
Purpose.
not
The purpose of
yes,
it.
we are not, new to the arena, and we have a high success rate. We are making
96%.
I know.
I mean, that's unbelievable. And
We
it's
are
just
making
you
a
should be so
difference.
proud of that.
We are making a difference, and there are many more students who need the service, that need the experience.
And I think by creating a greater awareness, a sustained awareness about what Take Stock continues to do, you can outreach to a wider community that says, how can I get involved? How can I become a mentor? How can I donate? How can I underwrite some costs? Those are key elements. Diana, we're really looking for you. There are the perfect host and hosts for these programs. We're really looking forward to that. What do you see these programs in the future doing? And I know you have some great ideas for upcoming shows.
Absolutely. Well, I'm fortunate because I'm on the inside and I see all of the information day to day. We have so many great stories about children who have overcome just amazing circumstances, and they're very successful. And I want to share that with our community. We have so much to be proud of. Our students are so successful. Our mentors, we have mentors from all walks of life, and they just donate their time, and they are making such a difference, and I want people to know that they could be a mentor as well. So we'll have a variety of mentors on the show, and just the different stories, even the stories of, the students whose families want them to be in the program so desperately, and they bring us the applications, and they will drive from anywhere in the county to make sure that we have it in our hand because they want to be in the program so desperately. So I think that's the inside of Take Stock in Children. The heart of what we do is what I want our community to know so they can be proud of our program.
Diana, that was very eloquent, and that's a wonderful statement to make, because it shows that genuine care, compassion, and commitment to young people throughout this community to help them succeed. So we're kind of running out of time. I want to go around the table here. Elaine, what's that one thing as a mentor that you would say to other potential people to perhaps encourage them to be a mentor? What's that key statement that you would make?
I think if you care about students, want to see students become better and successful, if you're a good listener, have that skill, and I maintain almost anyone can do this, because we all do mentoring. It may not come under the name of mentoring, but we all participate in that in some way. And to share your life and your experiences with a student is powerful.
It's got to be very rewarding for you.
But man, you get so much more back. You think you're doing it for the student, well, they're giving you an awful lot too.
And I was to say too is that if you're a retiree and you're in between things, but you had a great background and you really have a genuine interest in helping others, what a great opportunity! And it's only how many hours a week would you contribute?
It's once a week, and we meet with the students at least 30 minutes on the school campus. It's not anything like that. So it's kind of your driving time from wherever to whatever school, and we've even worked to try and localize you to a specific area if you would like to as a mentor. So
that's a great idea too.
So we're going to match you with the student, with a locale if you want that, but come on and join us. It's wonderful.
And people can find information about how to become a mentor at your website. And we're going to put that up on the screen. And what is that website? Tell us what that is, Elaine.
It's takestockmanatee.org.
And we have that up on the screen
Yeah.
so people can find out specifically the guidelines and the criteria if they want to become a mentor.
Or anything, just to find out more about our organization too.
And pretty soon we'll be able to post programs up there as well that you're going to be hosting
That's
as
right.
well.
Looking forward to it.
Diana, I'm going to let you have the last word. And as I said earlier at the beginning, under your vision and under your leadership, Take Stock in Children has really blossomed. You've exceeded, a lot of expectation. Your success rate is incredible. You've really outreached in the community to try to find all of the needs and try to serve those. It's a remarkable achievement, and hats off to you for your continued success in that. What would you like to say to this community, not only about what Take Stock does, but why it's such an important part of this community, now and in the future?
Yes, well, I would just say that Take Stock in Children is really the American dream. You want to believe in children. You want to believe that children have the opportunity to succeed, and you can make a difference to the children in your own backyard. Right here, you could sponsor a child, you could mentor that child, you can see them go off to college, you can see them come back and help our community. So to me, it's investing in the children in your own backyard, and it's your community, and you can be so proud of what we've done together.
Well, with people like Elaine Graham and under your leadership and vision, Diana, it's going to be continued success. And, I would encourage people throughout this community to perhaps go to the website, takestockmanatee.org, and find out specifically how you become involved. Maybe as a mentor, maybe as a sponsor, or the wide variety of things that are available. And I would also encourage you to tune in to watch the future programs hosted by Diana and Elaine about all the many aspects that Take Stock offers. Ladies, thank you again so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you,
Diana, it's
Charles.
always a pleasure to host it. And thank you for joining us on this special edition of Up Close on METV.